everybody, this is Carla with Cobweb Corner and welcome to another episode of Throwback Thursday. This channel is about cross stitch, and in my normal floss tube episodes I talk about my personal stitching, my online cross stitch shop, and things going on in the industry. In Throwback Thursday I pick out a few, about a dozen older charts. Some are just fun and quirky, and others are things that you just might be interested in stitching and that might not be aware of. So without further ado, I will get right into it. I think I've got, 12 or 13 charts for today. So the first one is called Love Nest by the Irish Hare, and it was published in 1995. And the designer is Michelle Easter O'Farrell. And that really is kind of a cute little stitch. This was a pre-owned chart, I believe, or from a store that went out of business. And it's got a little bit of aging up here and a little tiny bit of storage wear. But it's really very nice overall. So, and that's priced accordingly. And on our site, the condition of every item is stated in red. So when you go in and you read the description of the item, you'll see right away whether it's a brand new item that I bought wholesale from one of the major distributors or directly from the designer, or whether it's a pre-owned chart, or even if it's a brand new, if it came shipped with any damage or anything like that, that'll be explained. This chart is, let's see, 124 stitches wide by 149 stitches high, and it was stitched on 28 count Mushroom Brittany from Wichelt, and it was stitched with DMC floss. And I don't think I think it's done completely in cross stitch. So that is Love Nest by the Irish Hare. Okay, the next one is from a designer that's definitely still designing, but this particular one was published in 2004. And this is by Sandra Sullivan from Homespun Elegance. And it's from the Simple Pleasures collection. It's called Autumn Teenies #2. And aren't those cute? And it comes with the trim and the charms to complete the 3 designs exactly as you show it. So you don't get any fabric or floss, but you get the finishing materials. And each one has its own charm. There's a acorn and 2 star charms. And it's got a pumpkin, a crow, and, it's supposed to be an acorn and 2 star charms. Yep. So, you're not going to find these very often complete, brand new, with the finishing materials in them. I think it retailed for $8. I don't know what it is on our site, like $6.50 or something. It's stitched on 32 count amber linen using DMC floss and Weeks Dye Works floss. And let's see, the stitch counts vary: 19 by 22, 17 by 24, and 20 by 25. So super, super quick stitches. So that is Autumn Teenies 2 by Homespun Elegance. The next one is by Joy of the Needle, and it's called Someone Special. Hopefully you can see that. And this one also comes with some extras. It comes with the thread pack, which originally retailed for $2. So it calls for DMC, 2 colors of DMC, and then 2 colors of sheep silk. And I believe the sheep silk is what's included here, which I doubt you're going to be able. It's from the Thread Gatherer, it says, originally. So this was published in 2000. Doesn't seem to give a designer's name. Let's see, the count, it was stitched on 28 count Summer Khaki from Zweigert, and the stitch count is 98 high by 118 wide. It also calls for flower buttons right here. those aren't included, but those are still available from Joy, sorry, Just Another Button Company. And I actually think we have those on our site. They look like the same buttons that are used in Little Sheep's Virtue. I can't remember which one, but I'm pretty sure I actually have that button in stock. So that is Someone Special by Joy of the Needle. The next one I picked just because it's pretty quirky. This is by Martha Ann Designs, and the designer's name is Martha Badger, and this was published in 1993. And she had a series of these. These are super, super tiny, and they were designed to be button covers. So, my cats are getting into trouble over there. So this is the Liberty collection, Liberty button covers. And she also had, I think, teacher or school ones, Halloween ones, Christmas ones. I'm not sure, but I know I have the Liberty left, obviously, and I don't remember what all. But these are just I think they're crazy, and they would make cute little tiny motifs. They're about I'd say definitely under 20 by 20. And if she says if you use 14 count cloth, you'll get a 3/4 inch button cover. And they calls for 4 colors of DMC and then back stitched in black. So that is Liberty button covers by Martha Ann Designs. The next one is called Sampler Pillow Cover. And often whenever it has the word pillow cover in it or something like that, people don't even look at it because they're like, well, I don't want to make a pillow. But the designs can always be framed, and I think this one is really pretty. It's called Sampler Pillow Cover, and it's by the Needles Content, and it says it's from the Netherlands. And this was published, I don't think it actually gives a 2003, and it was stitched all just in one color of Karen Watercolors. There's a Karen Watercolors Rose Blush, 2 skeins. And look at that. Isn't that gorgeous? And it's all done in cross stitch. So I just think, I think that would be really pretty framed. And of course you can make a pillow cover out of it too. So that is Sampler Pillow Cover by the Needles Content. I just think that's really pretty. The next one is also by a designer who is still designing. This is from Erica Michaels, and it's called Bloomin Spring, and the designer's name is Linda Stoltz, and this was published in 2001. So this is Bloomin Spring. It says, it's got one with just flowers, and it says Pretty Maids all in a row, and then Spring Has Sprung, and it uses really nice bright colors. So it's actually just 2 designs, and then you can either choose to have the saying on the bottom or leave it off like up there. The Spring Has Sprung is 56 by 90, and the Spring Flowers is 63 by 37. Sorry, 63 by 37. It uses Gentle Art sampler threads, Weeks Dye Works, and calls for a small bluebird button from Just Another Button Company. And the Spring Flowers uses sampler threads, but it does provide a DMC conversion. That is Bloomin Spring by Erica Michaels. And it says the Spring Has Sprung is stitched 2/2 on 35 count ivory linen from Witchelt, and Spring Flowers were stitched on 18 count linen lamb's wool from Witchelt and water lily. So they have this one up here. It was done on water lily. So that's Bloomin Spring by Erica Michaels. The next one I pulled, this was published in 1991 by Leisure Arts, and it's Cross Stitch for Beginners. And this one came from a shop that went out of business, and it has a sticker residue on it, but other than that, it's in really good condition. and it's got some of the style of country charts from the time, but it's also got all of these. Look at those. And a lot of times when you shop online, you don't see what's on what other things are included, and it gives just detailed instructions. So it talks about gathering your supplies, determining how much fabric you need, reading and understanding the chart, finding a starting point, taking your first stitch, and then learning the stitches, so that it has detailed diagrams on cross stitch. And then it talks about back stitch, and then lazy daisy stitch, French knots, and then it also talks about different methods of stitching and stitching tips. And then it talks about signing and dating your work, cleaning your work, and working on linen, and working on waste canvas, and then different finishing techniques. So it's got just a ton of information, and it looks so old-fashioned, but it would be a great, inexpensive way to learn how to stitch. Plus, isn't this Santa chart just adorable? He's like skipping and pulling his toys. So cute. So that is Cross Stitch for Beginners by Leisure Arts. The next one is by Katie Artistry, and it's based on the artwork of Eddie Harper. And in the past, there were a number of Eddie Harper prints, and they sold, I couldn't keep them in stock, and they finally went completely out of print. And for some reason, I've got 2 or 3 of Fishful Thinking left. And this is a very distinctive design style. But look at this fishbowl is in the shape of, well, I think it's in the shape of a cat's face, but I think that it's supposed to be the cat looking through the fishbowl, and then Fishful Thinking. Isn't that amazing? So I don't know if these have become collectible or not, but they definitely are out of print. I can't get them anymore. And that is by Katie Artistry. And this was published in 1989. And it's 93 by 93 stitches. And let's see. Does not say what size it was stitched on. And it uses DMC threads. And it looks like it's all cross stitch. And you do stitch the dots here if you want to. It's not the fabric. The next one I picked is an older chart by Stony Creek, and it uses cross stitch and ribbon embroidery, or what do they call it? Ribbon accents. So the charts are, I think, are just beautiful. This one was published in 1995. And it's got some beautiful, beautiful ribbon embroidery. I've never done ribbon embroidery, so I don't really understand whether it's difficult or not difficult. And trying to see if it gives instruction. It doesn't look like, oh, yep, it does. So it gives, let's see, it gives illustrated instructions on how to do the ribbon embroidery. But some of these designs are really pretty. Let me go through the book here. We've got this one on the back, and this is a lot of ribbon embroidery there. But isn't that beautiful? And of course the ribbon is going to stick out, so it's going to be very three-dimensional. And then this first one is an alphabet sampler with just the roses down here. And up here are ribbon embroidery. And then it's got this cute bluebird house, and these are ribbon embroidery, and these are the flowers, and then the kitty, and then it's got butterflies and a window and a basket, which very much reminds me of Paula Vaughn. And the last one is a water pitcher. So I just thought that was really neat. It's something, I think it kind of went through a fad for a while, but I actually think the ribbon embroidery is very, very pretty and adds, you know, it's a little bit more of a way to, instead of doing a button or something like that, to actually keep embroidering and use a different specialty thread. So that is Ribbon Accents by Stony Creek. And the link to all the charts is down below in my more information section. And if you click on a link and you get a page not found error, that means that that item has been sold out and we're no longer carrying it at all in our shop. If you click on it and it's out of stock, you can add yourself to the wait list. And if we happen to get it back in, you'll be notified via email when it comes in. The next one is called Shepherdess Angel, and it's by the Stitch Works, and it was published in 1998. And this one says, count your stitches and your blessings. And this one comes with a bell and a heart button. So the bell, let's see, they actually don't show the bell. Oh, the bell goes on the lamb's collar and the heart goes on the angel's staff. This one is, the stand-up model was stitched on 10 count wild honey heatherfield using DMC and must be Rainbow Galleries, RG, Rainbow Galleries. Yes, Rainbow Galleries. And the frame model was stitched on 25 count new khaki Lugana using DMC and Rainbow Gallery. The design size is 93 high by 124 wide. It says the, let's see. All right. Just looking at, on the stand-up model, hair was done with 2 strands of Medici using the Gerda stitch to give a loopy effect. So her hair on the stand-up one is fluffy, and on the framed one is just stitched with cross stitch. So that is Shepherdess Angel, Count Your Stitches and Your Blessing by the Stitch Works. And the last one is by another designer who's still designing, Diane Arthurs, and she designs primarily through imaginating. And she's been designing for a very long time. This particular one was published in, oh, is there not a 1996. And her style is also very distinctive. And this is very representative of her earlier work, the folk art or primitive angels. So this is guardian angels, and the first one says, catch a falling star, and then guardian angels sent from above, please protect the ones we love. And then this one down here doesn't have a saying, but you add your own buttons to it. So those are stitched all in they give the conversion for DMC, Anchor, and JMP coats. And let's see, trying to see, the first angel is 85 high by 115 wide. The second one is 60 by 85. And the last one is 61 by 81. And they're very, very relatively simple stitches. So that is Guardian Angels by Imaginating. So that is it for Throwback Thursday. I hope you enjoyed it. If you like my FlossTube channel, then I hope you'll subscribe and then hit the little bell so you can get notified whenever I have a new video uploaded. And thank you for watching, everybody. Happy stitching. Bye-bye.